Hi Jessica, this is Jackie Otwell with Maxhouse Marketing. We spoke briefly on the phone last night, and as promised, I'm going to send you over this little 5-minute video that I made for you. So just a little synopsis of what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put into Google the HVAC companies in El Paso, Texas, and I'm going to compare your website to the #1 spot throughout the duration of this video just to see ways you can catch them, beat them, etc. So that being said, I went ahead and Googled HVAC companies in El Paso, Texas. And this appears the ad section. As you can see, it says sponsored. So that means that these people are the ones paying for the ads. This is the map section, which we would of course add you to if you weren't already. This down here begins the organic section. So this is where the actual ranking begins. Of course, Yelp and Angie's List are directory links. So we want to go ahead and go after that, which is King's Air. So the #1 website for HVAC companies in El Paso does seem to be King's Air. So I went ahead and I went to their website, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about content. So content is any of the verbiage that is on this homepage. It's really any verbiage throughout anywhere on the website, but for this instance, we are going to focus on what's on the homepage. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to grab, if it lets me, grab all of the content off of this homepage, and I am going to place it into a word counter. You can see this has about 1,015 words. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same for your company. And you have about 348 words. Google actually recommends having 1,000 to 2,000 words of content on your homepage for your website. Reason being that all of this content provides opportunities for you to go ahead and slide in keywords, which we'll get into in just a second, but keywords are essentially the phrases that people Google to find your website. Which also, I forgot to mention that King's Air is #1, and I believe you were on page 6 of Google. Yeah, you're about halfway down page 6. Okay, so that leads us into keywords. So the second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this website and I'm going to put it into a tool that I use called Ahrefs, which is essentially an online website auditor tool. So first thing you'll notice is over here it says their traffic value is 4.3K. What this means is they're spending $253 a month on ads and it's bringing in 4.3K worth of revenue. So divide that by 200, say, essentially 2. So at $0, their website's bringing in about $2,000 a month in traffic revenue. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at yours, and yours actually just has $1 worth of traffic. Let me look. I found it better. Sorry, I must have updated a little bit. Okay, so as mentioned, yours shows at about $1 worth of traffic. However, next thing we are going to do is I'm going to go and look at those keywords. So I'm going to go in the keywords, and as mentioned, these are the phrases that people Google to pull up these websites. So things like AC service, El Paso, Texas, AC repair, those are all local keywords. Words that don't have a location attached are not really what we want. So things like King's Air, what that means is like those people who search King's Air, those are people who already know about this company. We want to bring you customers that don't know about you, new customers, essentially. Things like El Paso, Texas HVAC, those are really good keywords because things that don't contain a location, new AC, for example, that's a nationwide keyword. What this means is that someone in Oregon could Google this and might possibly come across this website. Now, is that a buyer intent keyword? Is that going to bring buyer intent traffic to your website? No. I mean, unless King's Air is going to fly to Oregon and service that company, more than likely not. So we want to do El Paso. We want to do all of the surrounding towns that you service. We want to incorporate all of that. We go ahead and look at your keywords. You have Western Electric, Western. So as mentioned, the only people who are going to Google that are the people who know about you. We want to bring in people who don't know about you. Of course, we want to bring you in more traffic and more business that you don't have already. So that leads me into our third topic, which is backlinks. So if I go ahead and I look, so backlinks is essentially like anywhere on the website, anywhere on the internet where this website is linked. So somewhere on the internet, this website is linked 755 times. So if we look at yours is only listed 13 times throughout the internet. What we'd first do to go ahead and beat this is we would go and copy and put ourselves on all of the backlinks that they have, which would bring us to an even playing field. We don't want to do that though. We want to, beat them by more than tenfold. So we'd go and add and add and add every single month, and that's how we would eventually get you to that first page of Google. Anyways, Jessica, I hope that you enjoyed these 3 free tips. You can incorporate them yourself, or of course reach out to me for more info if you're interested in moving forward, and also provide some feedback from me if you don't mind. Anyways, have a great evening.